hope this is a video that you can sit down and watch when you feel like you can't recover anymore. I have thoughts throughout the day. We all do. But that doesn't mean that all my thoughts are true and correct. I know that I can't control my thoughts. I can't decide what thoughts pop up in my mind. But one thing that I can control are my actions. So even though my thoughts seem so true and real and correct, it doesn't mean that I'm bound to them. I can do the opposite. I can do opposite action. Actions repeated over and over become habits, as you know. And once a habit is formed, I feel like it's no longer torturous for me to follow through with that action. So when my thoughts are telling me that I can't challenge myself with a larger snack, I can't sit down for a long period of time, I can't have dessert with my dinner, I have to remember that I'm just in the process of making a new habit, and that's why it feels so difficult to do. And the only way that I can form a new habit is if I keep doing those actions. You may be thinking that these new recovery habits are not in line with your eating disorder values and that you'll keep gaining weight and that is your biggest fear. And I guess what I have to say is, don't live life as if your fears have already been realized. You know, when I'm thinking, oh, I can't keep challenging myself over and over, I can't eat this way, I can't eat this amount, because I'm gonna just keep gaining weight and I'm gonna get to a stage that I don't feel comfortable with. And then I don't challenge myself or I restrict. I'm basically living the life as if I'm already at that stage. When in reality, in this current moment, I'm okay. I am okay right now. If I'm giving in to my eating disorder and I'm living a life that I've predicted, but may not even be reality, I'm just gonna be paralyzed. I have to give myself the opportunity to see something else. Don't live what you think will happen. Find out what will happen. Because if you're restricting, if you're not challenging yourself, I don't think you're living your ideal life. But if you don't make any changes, you'll never know what else there is. For a long time I was living in circles. Motivation, attempting to recover, retreating. And now I'm just so scared of living in circles. I have had enough of being stagnant. So the one thing that I do to help me with this is to not engage in the thought, which I know is really difficult. The thoughts are there. They're screaming at me. But is there really any benefit in engaging with that thought and wallowing in the idea that I don't like my body? No, it's a waste of time, and engaging in that conversation is gonna come to no conclusion. You won't think yourself out of it. Best thing that I can do is throw that thought in the trash. Okay, and one more thing. I feel like in my eating disorder, I've conditioned myself to just have negative thoughts in general. I also have another thought that it's not okay to have good thoughts, or I shouldn't be happy, or I shouldn't be pleased with myself. I've noticed that recently when people say, hey, how are you? I say, yeah, I'm okay, I'm not too bad. But I never say, I'm great, I'm doing very well. It almost feels safer to just be okay and not great. So I'm proposing a challenge to myself and also a challenge to you guys if this applies to you. I'm challenging myself to speak happily, to speak highly of myself. So when people ask me how I am, even if I feel like there's some sort of anxiety brewing, I don't need to acknowledge that. I'm okay and I'm happy. It even makes me feel a little bit happier just saying, yeah, I'm good, I'm happy. And I'm also going to talk highly of myself. I will acknowledge my successes, and it's not going to be arrogant or narcissistic or pompous. It's just not. I don't need to think about that. And you know what? I've had too long living that way. It's almost like when you're restricting for so long, you're in this chronic energy deficit. And to recover my body, I have to eat a lot more for a long period of time. I basically have to do that with my talking too. I'm in some kind of kindness talking deficit. And the only way that I can recover this is if I continuously acknowledge my successes, acknowledge my kindness, acknowledge my connection with people. It's not bad, and I can disregard that thought. And I'm kind of going off onto a tangent, so I'm gonna end it right here. I hope this chat gave you a little bit more motivation to keep going, because it's the only way.
Wait, is this the end of the video? Well, I guess it's my time to come in and, I guess, get you guys all to subscribe. And, you know, after listening to everything that Bex just said, I got goosebumps, I'm going to be honest with you. It was quite triumphant. But what other ways can you feel this triumphant? When you subscribe, it's like you're a member of something, okay? So whenever you buy something online and then they send you emails, you get on an emailing list. You know that feeling you get? Like you've been waiting 2 weeks and the item's at the door? Well, that's what you get when you subscribe to Rebecca's channel. You're like basically on her emailing list. And whenever you get a notification, that means, hey, Beck made a video specifically for you, the person that just subscribed. And for those of you who are already subscribed, the real OGs, how, you might ask, do I feel this euphoric feeling that the new subscribers will get? Well, I might try something dangerous with you guys. If you go down below and you click subscribe, what's gonna happen is you're gonna unsubscribe. But then immediately after, click subscribe again, and it happens all over again. Wait, no, don't do it, don't do it. That's crazy. I can't believe I told you to do that. Don't unsubscribe and subscribe again. That's too risky. Technology could fail.
How about turn on the notifications?
That's a great idea. Turn on that little bell and you're gonna get that euphoric feeling all over again. Hey, you person behind the computer screen, you are the first to know. Because we just posted a video up and want you to know first. First! Before you search it.
Honey, it's dinner time!
She doesn't call me honey, that's so fake.
Broski!
That's better.
TJ Dizzleface!
Dizzleface?